right, everybody out.
Why am I here, Musso?
Actually, last time we almost met, you had just finished killing a fella, man, by the name of Ripple.
There was a mercy killing.
That was my man. Longtime informant that I set up to bury you and the Inferdizzi family.
You know, I always liked you. You make things happen. But now, it's time to share.
Sharing's good, as long as you're sharing with somebody you want to share with.
Have you lost your mind?
I say thank you for sparing my worthless little life.
Thank you for sparing my worthless, stupid life.
Close enough.
Did we or did we not shake on a deal?
I got a better offer from someone who respects what we built here.
Fair enough, Theodore.
Yes, sir. What's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? What's the deal with y'all? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 1, and I'm going to be recapping this episode and breaking down this episode for y'all, as well as letting y'all know how I felt about this episode overall. But before I do that and get into this breakdown, as usual, if you're coming across my channel for the first time and you like the content that I upload and create, tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. Hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments down below in the comment section. And y'all let me know how y'all felt about the episode as well. Now, out the gate, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. This was a fire episode, bro. This was a phenomenal episode. This was a great opener episode to Season 3. This episode really set up the foundation for what's to come in these next upcoming episodes of Season 3. I really enjoyed this episode from start to finish. We got introduced to a couple of new characters as well as some new storylines. Like, I generally ain't got nothing bad to say about this episode. This really was a great episode. But I'm gonna start the video off with talking about Jeremiah Dunbar's character and him taking out Theo at the end of the episode, and what led up to Theo getting taken out by Jeremiah in this episode. Because in this episode, we saw Mitch reunite with his old high school girlfriend from back in the day, Cleo, who is Theo's daughter, and Cleo told Mitch about her father Theo running low on cash and him selling his distillery business to Jeremiah Dunbar. And Cleo didn't want her father to make this deal with Jeremiah because she doesn't like the type of person that he is, and she's not the biggest fan of Jeremiah Dunbar or his family. So Mitch told Dwight about the distillery and suggested that he should buy the distillery when he pulled up on Dwight with a bottle of liquor from Theo's distillery to try out. And afterwards, Dwight, Mitch, Goody, and Bigfoot pulled up on Theo at his yard sale to negotiate Theo selling his distillery to Dwight. And at first, Theo wasn't trying to give his distillery to Dwight because he already agreed to sell his distillery to Jeremiah, even though they haven't gotten an agreement on paperwork yet. But after some convincing from Theo's daughter and Dwight telling Theo that he would still keep the distillery in his family's name and allow Theo to still make a profit off the distillery, Theo agreed to sell his distillery to Dwight. So at the end of the episode, Jeremiah went to Theo's house to confront him about him selling his distillery to Dwight after he found out from his son Cole that Theo was now backing out of this deal that him and Jeremiah agreed on when it came to Theo giving his distillery to Jeremiah. And Theo straight up told Jeremiah to his face that he wasn't selling his distillery to him anymore and he was going to give it to Dwight. And right after Theo told Jeremiah that he wasn't selling his distillery to him anymore, Jeremiah walked out of his house, making it seem like he was about to buy it, congratulating him and all this stuff. And the next thing you know, Jeremiah's son Cole and they goons ran up at Theo's house and took him out. It then set the nigga house on fire and burned it down afterwards. Like, killing him is one thing, but they ain't had to set the house on fire. They ain't had to do all that. Like, Dwight or Theo's daughter Cleo could have kept that house and they could have sold it or something like that. Like, they could have made some money off that house. But this scene alone at the end of the episode definitely showed us that Jeremiah Dunbar is arguably going to be one of the most dangerous antagonists that Dwight has faced so far in Tulsa King. And I definitely believe in these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King, we're going to continue to see Jeremiah Dunbar's crazy side and continue to see his crazy antics. Now, in this episode, we got introduced to Agent Musso, which is the FBI agent that kidnapped Dwight in the season 2 finale. And the reason why Agent Musso kidnapped Dwight is because apparently the guy that Dwight killed 25 years ago, which led to him doing time in the feds, was Musso's FBI informant. And he was working with Agent Musso to bring down Dwight, Cheeky, and his pops and that entire mafia family. So now, Musso is forcing Dwight to do his dirty work for him, and if not, he's going to lock him up and his entire crew because he knows about all the stuff that Dwight has been doing ever since he moved out to Tulsa. From getting into it with the biker gangs to getting into the weed business, like, your boy Agent Musso knows about everything that your boy Dwight has been doing ever since he got to Tulsa. And with him knowing about all of Dwight moves ever since he got to Tulsa, this makes me believe that somebody in Dwight's crew is telling Agent Musso about the stuff that Dwight got going on. Because towards the back end of this episode, Agent Musso mentioned to Dwight that he heard about him kicking it a lot lately at the Montu Distillery, and Dwight literally just started kicking it at the Montu Distillery in this episode. Well, he hasn't been to the Montu Distillery yet. He was having conversations about buying it, but that's it, that's all. But with Agent Musso knowing about Dwight even having talks about buying Montu's Distillery, this makes me believe that somebody in the Dwight crew is snitching and is working with Agent Musso. And that honestly could be anybody from the Dwight's crew that's working with Agent Musso, but I definitely believe somebody from the Dwight's crew is telling Agent Musso about the stuff that he got going on in Tulsa. Another character that we got introduced to in this episode was a character by the name of Quiet Ray, aka Ray Rossetti, who is the leader of the Renzetti family. And in this episode, we saw Dwight fly to New York City to meet up with Ray to have a conversation with him after Ray demanded Dwight to come to New York City to have a conversation with him. And during this conversation that Ray was having with Dwight, Ray revealed to Dwight that he didn't like the way that Cheeky and his family treated him when he got out of jail, and he wants Dwight to come back to New York City, promising him his own crew and territory. But when Dwight turned down this deal and told Ray that he doesn't want to accept this offer that he's offering, Ray did have the nerve to tell your boy Dwight he wants him to start sharing and start paying him a cut out of the money that he's making in Tulsa. And one thing I will say is that I don't like the fact that everybody and their mama in this show is begging Dwight to give them a cut out of the money that he's making out in Tulsa. Like, nobody did not care about Tulsa until Dwight moved there and started making money out there. From Bill to Cheeky to Ray, like, nobody did not give a damn about Tulsa until Dwight set up shop out there and started making money. Now, all of a sudden, everybody got their hands out asking for something. And I'm glad Dwight told Ray straight up in front of his face that he wasn't sharing nothing with him. And with Dwight doing this, I'm definitely expecting Dwight and Ray to go to war with each other over this situation right here. I definitely believe Ray is going to spin a block on Dwight at some point before season 3 is over with and try to take him out for this. I definitely believe Ray is going to try to take out Dwight over this situation right here. But I do think Dwight is going to figure out a way to neutralize Ray, as well as all of the other situations that he's going to be facing in season 3, and I think he's going to be good at the end of the day when it's all said and done. Now, in this episode, we saw your boy Bodie have a crash out moment in this episode by almost taking out one of Bill Babalakwa's soldiers in this episode for killing his best friend Jimmy in season 2. Because Bodie was tasked by Dwight's sister Joanne in this episode to drive out to Kansas City to drop off some money to Bill, after Dwight agreed to give Bill 50% of his business for taking out Cheeky in the season 2 finale for him. And Bodie was feeling the type of way about Dwight paying Bill this money, as well as going out to Kansas City to drop off this money to Bill, because Bill was responsible for killing Bodie's best friend Jimmy in season 2. And Bodie wasn't liking the fact that Dwight was still doing business with Bill even though Bill took out his best friend. So Bodie, Tyson, and Grace went on the road and headed out to Kansas City to meet up with Bill's crew. And while they was out there in Kansas City meeting up with Bill's crew, everyone noticed that the bag that Bodie grabbed was the wrong bag, and he ended up grabbing a bag full of comic books instead of the bag with the money in it, which pissed off Bill's crew. So Bodie and one of Bill's soldiers went back to Tulsa to get the money while Tyson and Grace stayed behind in Kansas City until they got back. And while they was at Bodie's store, Bodie ended up pulling a gun out on one of Bill's soldiers that confronted him about Bill and his crew killing his best friend Jimmy in season 2, and made one of Bill's soldiers beg for his life before he gave him the money to pay Bill. And I will say, if Bodie was gonna do all of this, bruh, he should have took out Bill's soldier. He should have took him out, because all this did was just piss off your boy Bill, as well as creating more potential issues between Bill and Dwight, because Bill let it be known to Dwight that he didn't like the fact that Bodie pulled out a gun on one of his soldiers, which Dwight didn't care about. But at the same time, Bill isn't the easiest person to deal with, and he always makes things difficult. And with Bodie pulling out a gun on one of Bill's soldiers, I do believe this is going to potentially create more issues between Dwight and Bill in future episodes in season 3. And I definitely believe this won't be the last time we're going to see Bodie and one of Bill's soldiers have a confrontation with each other. I definitely believe in future episodes in season 3, Bodie is going to cross paths again with Bill's soldiers at some point before season 3 is over with. But other than that, I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. Like I said, this episode was great. This was a great opener episode to season 3. And I can't wait to see what's next for these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next for season 3. But if you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Much love to every one of y'all that's out there supporting me and rocking with me and supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get at y'all later. I'll see you guys next time. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe, and God bless.